sweater weather. I love fall and it's coming. I can feel it. I may be wearing the sweater prematurely, but who cares? Today we're going to talk about something really cool, but also a bit cringeworthy, but still fun and adventurous, in my opinion. Before archaeologists became the main researchers of the physical past, we had these pompous, entitled old men called antiquarians. These guys were obnoxious, but fun. They studied history with particular attention paid to ancient artifacts and sites. Much like archaeologists, but with a more narrow viewpoint and without much scientific process, even though they were very proud of the claim to study only the facts. They're different from historians as they were more concerned with monuments and looked at things more critically, but without putting in any sort of chronological order. They were the rebel historians, going out to experience things rather than hiding behind books, which I find to be quite respectable. They wanted to be part of the history rather than have someone tell them about it. The antiquaries, by collecting much of their evidence outside of literary sources, helped to make the need for new histories apparent. Antiquarians loved the obscure. They were obsessed with death and the old, seeing the beauty in objects and finding just as much meaning in them as the written word. They were the original history nerds, you can say, because they were so passionate. Because of this, they weren't always the most liked people and were also made fun of a lot. A 17th century dictionary defined an antiquarian actually as a curious critic in old coins, stones, and inscriptions, in worm-eaten records and ancient manuscripts, also one that affects and blindly dotes on relics, ruins, and old customs, phrases, and fashions. And this is pretty much true. Antiquarians can get so obsessed with the physical and not fully take into account the historical context or anything like that. They were more concerned with collecting information rather than forming a scholarly argument. We can see antiquarianism rising in ancient Greece and even with the Romans, but it really starts to hit its stride in the Middle Ages and became even bigger in the Renaissance. Antiquarians were after big stuff, the shiny, important showpieces. They would go to sites and make records of these monuments. A lot of the times they would also take something for themselves. They had kind of a bulldozer approach to archaeology when they would just dig or rummage until they found something of value or anything that was important to them. You can cringe now. Ugh, so much context lost. These guys would have so much fun just looting and pillaging, all in the name of discovery. You can tell I'm a sucker for this type of nostalgic adventuring, but that's also because I have a serious case with Owen Wilson in Midnight in Paris. I don't agree with what they did, but I still would have liked to do it. What they would do is they would take these artifacts home with them in the name of scholarly pursuit and show them off in these rooms called cabinets of curiosities. Obviously, everyone wants a cabinet of curiosities, all that memorabilia from ancient places and exotic lands and whatnot, but it's obviously not good for the archaeological record or the integrity of the objects. That's just how things were back then though, and truthfully we wouldn't have gotten to where we are today without them. Even though they didn't have the slow processes that we do today, they were always challenging history and always looking to study the empirical evidence. Because of them, people started realizing that archaeological evidence had a stronger base for history than literary evidence. So thank you, antiquarians, for being the rebels and making archaeology cool. That's my rant for today. As always, for a brief write-up and more information, external resources and whatnot, click on the link in my description to go to my website, and don't forget to subscribe so you get more fun rants next week. Stay dirty, my friends.